Number 10. Fern Hill Hotel, India. Horror stories about India's most haunted hotels came to light during the filming of Roz, a Bollywood horror thriller. According to legend, choreographer Saroj Khan and her crew awoke one night to the sound of furniture being rearranged on the first floor. They attempted to contact reception, but the phone line was disconnected. The receptionist informed that the following morning that there was no first floor in the hotel. This was just one of many incidents that led to the hotel being closed down. This well-known real-life incident prompted the hotel to be considered as one of the most haunted places in the world. Number 9. Aradale Lunatic Asylum, Australia. The largest abandoned mental hospital in the world is the Aradale Lunatic Asylum in Victoria. The 60-building complex was opened in 1867 and was used to house some of the worst lunatics in the British Empire. The legend of Nurse Carrie's ghost has helped make this Australian site one of the most talked about on any global list of haunted locations. The women's wing is where the ghost is thought to make its appearance. Many patients had to leave the asylum when it was closed in the 1990s. Number 8. Highgate Cemetery. The Highgate Cemetery in North London, which opened in 1839, is rumored to be haunted by many people. Numerous paranormal occurrences have been reported at the final resting place of over 170,000 people. The Highgate vampire's ghost is a 7-foot-tall figure with hypnotic red eyes and a long black coat. According to legend, people believe the vampire is responsible for a sudden drop in temperature, a halt over time, and other such phenomena. When a badly burned woman's body was discovered with her head severed, the legend of the vampire quickly spread. Number 7. Ancient Ram Inn, England. The 12th century inn in Gloucestershire has a reputation for satanic sacrifices and malevolent entities. The owner even claimed that an invisible spirit snatched him out of bed on his first night in the house. There are also tales of the former innkeeper's daughter being hanged in the attic, the spirits of ritually murdered children, exorcisms, and other dark and haunting occurrences at the millennium-old inn. Photographs of these spirits' orbs have been taken by paranormal investigators. Visitors hoping for a glimpse into the afterlife have been terrified by strange lights. The bishop's room is thought to be the most haunted room in the ancient Ram Inn. This is where bishops used to stay, and it is said to be haunted by the spirits of several bishops today. Dark monks and evil spirits, including the spirits of these bishops, are said to appear regularly here. Even a Roman centurion on horseback has appeared, galloping through the walls toward plumbers who were minding their own business. An incubus and a succubus are said to haunt the room that John Humphreys chose for his sleeping quarters, mistreating those who dare to stay the night. Number 6. The Tower of London. The Tower of London, which is known as one of the most haunted locations on the planet, is visited by many people during the day. The tower itself dates back to 1078, and it is where several princes and others were executed. The Tower Guards of London have claimed to see the headless apparitions of Lady Jane Grey, Anne Boleyn, and the 2 princes who murdered their uncle, Richard III, in 1483. Stories of royal tragedy and death have also been associated with the Tower of London's infamous reputation. Here at the Tower, the child of Edward IV vanished in 1483. The block and axe are thought to have been used in the final public beheading, which took place on Tower Hill in 1747. Prisoners like Guy Fawkes and Jesuit priest John Gerard were rumored to have been tortured and interrogated in the White Tower's basement. Number 5. Mark King's Close, Scotland. During the 16th and 17th centuries, Edinburgh had a network of tunnels and streets known as the Mark King's Close, which connected a number of residences and commercial establishments. The population fled the region in 1645 when the plague struck. An old lady, a woman in black, and a young girl named Annie have all been reported as ghost sightings in the close, which is now included in city tours. According to reports of paranormal activity, Mark King's Close is among the most haunted locations on Earth. Number 4. Edinburgh Castle, Scotland. The city of Edinburgh has a dark and bloody past. Edinburgh, the capital of Scotland, it's said to be one of the most haunted cities in the world by ghost hunters and psychics, and learning the city's ghost stories and urban legends is a fascinating and occasionally terrifying way to learn about its history and culture. The castle's famed grounds have been traced back to the Iron Age. The castle is a daytime hotspot for visitors, but it's also haunted by the likes of a spectral dog, a headless drummer, and a phantom piper. Multiple researchers and volunteers saw ghosts during a 10-day scientific survey of the castle in 2001. Since then, Edinburgh Castle has gained notoriety as one of the most haunted locations worldwide. Participating in a walking tour is a great way to learn the grisly stories that have been told from one generation to the next. They all paint a picture of life in Edinburgh's historic district and along the Royal Mile, even if most of them are urban legend rather than fact. If you're reading these stories on a cold night, you might feel a chill run down your spine. Number 3. Greyfriars Kirkyard, Scotland. At first glance, the combination of body snatchers, violent spirits, a faithful dog, and Harry Potter characters may appear unlikely. To this day, all four contribute to the legends of one of the most haunted cemeteries in the world, which is located in Edinburgh, the lovely Gothic capital of Scotland. Because to reports of sightings of the Mackenzie poltergeist, Edinburgh's Greyfriars Kirkyard has earned a reputation as one of the most haunted sites on the planet. The tomb of Sir George Mackenzie was allegedly broken into by a homeless guy. Since then, numerous cases of the supernatural have been reported. In the cemetery, about 200 people have passed out, while many more have survived with very minor wounds. Greyfriars Kirkyard is a beautiful cemetery that dates back to the 1560s and is located in the city's historic core on a hill overlooking the new town that was built in the 1700s. However, it continues to attract a steady stream of ghost hunters, wizarding fans, and television producers and writers who follow in their wake. Number 2. Monte Cristo Homestead, Australia. In New South Wales, Australia, there is a haunted house known as Monte Cristo Homestead. The mansion is considered to be one of the most haunted in the world because to the many ghostly tales told about Mrs. Crawley. Mrs. Crawley did not leave the residence for 23 years after William Crawley's death. Rumor has it that once she passed away, her ghostly spirit returned to her room and has been there ever since. Strange sounds, flickering lights, and a ghostly apparition floating down the hall have all been reported by the witnesses who claim to have seen her ghost in the window. The home has a history of mysterious events, including deaths and accidents. And now for number 1, we are presenting you Bangor Fort, India. You have no doubt heard of the legend of Bangor Fort, the Broken Fort. The Bangor Fort in Rajasthan's Alwar district is rumored to be one of the world's most haunted buildings. It is so haunted that the local authority has banned visiting it at nighttime. Tantric Singhiya, one of the legend's protagonists, allegedly used magic to try and win the affections of Princess Ratnavati. The princess found out about his evil schemes and had him killed. The Tantric's final words were a curse that all of the villagers would perish and their homes would remain unfinished. A roof constructed even now will eventually give away. The fort has been restored a few times, but the walls do not stand long. So have you packed your bags for Bangor yet? And this concludes Just